And welcome to the Oak Pavilion here in Sonora, California. You are watching NorCal Sports TV, where the Columbia College Claim Jumpers women's volleyball team will be hosting the Merced Blue Devils. The Blue Devils come in with a 10-9 record. Looking to close out the season. They have this week and next week. Merced has a bye on Friday, and they'll have 2 games next week on Wednesday and Friday, and Columbia will be playing obviously today and then Friday and then next week as well. Players to watch for: Merced Blue Devils, number 7, Hannah Torres, middle/outside hitter, sophomore, 6'1", out of Los Banos, California. Talked to Coach Jessica Casey before the game, and you can expect a heavy dose of Hannah Torres tonight. And for the jumpers, we're going to go with number 6, Beaumont Cook, outside middle hitter as well. First serve's up. Merced a little sluggish on the first play. First step a little slow. Great serve by the jumpers. Right around that 10-foot mark. And there she is, right on cue, Hannah Torres. Playing on the outside right there. Beautiful set. I think the ball was tipped at the net, right outside the hand, and drops right in. Lynette McKenzie with the serve. Jumpers with the return. Lynette with the outside hit. Sails long. 2-1 jumpers. Bailey Tishman, 5'9" freshman out of Merced, California. Playing her local junior college here for the jumpers. Outside to Leilani. Merced with the dump. There's Hannah right there. Point Blue Devils. You never know. Sometimes it's cold outside. The gym's a little cold. Might take a little longer to heat up, warm up. It's the beginning of the first set. Both teams seem to be feeling each other out a little bit, working on the control of the ball. Back row push. Naomi Moore. If you've been following the jumpers all year, you know one thing is they're not going to quit. That is a tough group of women down there. We've got an ace from Kiana Setter, sophomore, 5'3", out of Livingston, California. Great serve. Let's see if she can do it again. Beaumont with push of herself. Looked like a good set. Naomi Moore might have been expecting something different. The approach in the set, the timing was a little off on that. Seemed like she got good height on it and the set was good, but just the timing was not there. Kayla Casey goes for the cross-court set. It's called for a double. Merced Libera, Kayla battles. 5'3" out of Turlock, California with the serve. That's Leilani. Great attack. Better block by Merced. And that's where when you get a good set and you get attack on the net, you need to make sure that everybody else is in a cover for in case of a block just like that. A little miscommunications in the back row from the jumpers right there. Short served, handled by Leilani. Good attack by Caitlin Briggs. She's a defensive specialist. She's a freshman. She's also out of Merced, California. Merced, most of their team is made up of the local area, as is Columbia. Back row attack by Columbia's Bailey Tishman. Sails long. And Merced is starting to open up the lead here. Up 9-3. Kayla battles. Back to serve. And they're going right at Kayla Casey. And the jumpers respond. Allie Stoy. The nice little soft touch. Drops it right inside the 10-foot line. Kayla Casey on the serve. Number one, Naomi Moore. Caitlin Briggs back to serve for the Blue Devils. Gonna have a back row by Kayla. Handled by Merced. Some more, but handled by the jumpers. Back row attack by Tishman. Merced doing a great job of controlling. Columbia doing a better job of fighting. And Columbia comes away with the point, down 5-10. Leilani Aguilera with the serve. We got a net on the jumpers. On number 8, Allie Stoy. A little too eager. That's tough when the ball's sitting right on top of the net right there, right on top of that white tape. You have an opportunity to get a kill. A little over-aggressive. Jumpers with a dump. The jumper's unable to handle the roll from Lynette McKenzie. Number 9, Kylie Brower, serving for the Blue Devils. Jumper's attack goes long. And here comes the rotation. Here comes the sub for the Jumpers. Got to mix this up a little bit. Kylie Brower out of Mariposa, California on the serve. Allie Stoy looking to go back left corner on that one. Sails just a bit outside. It's a unique situation in here. It's a very quiet gym. It's a little cold. In these type of situations, you got to create your own energy. You need to start talking. You need to get your teammates to start talking. You're not going to get anything from the people watching right now. You're going to have to create it yourself. Jumpers down 15-5. Some are good right now, setting for the Jumpers. Doing an excellent job setting up her teammates. Entering the game for the Jumpers, number 6, Beaumont Cook, 5'11", Groveland, California. Allie Stoy with the serve. Leilani with the great dig. Giving Merced the attack. Jumpers hang tough right there. 2 good attacks by the Blue Devils by number 6, Abby Backen. And the Jumpers handle both attacks very well. End up coming away with the point. Great attack by Merced, number 3, Lynette McKenzie. Jumpers decided that one looked a little long. Wrong decision. Down 16-7. If it's close, you're going to have to play it. Good with the set. Cook with the tip. Back to the Jumpers. Cooked good this time. Handled by the Blue Devils. And that's Hannah Torres right there with the boom. I would imagine from this early set and watching a lot of the Jumpers this year that Hannah Torres is going to be a first-team all-conference player in the CVC. As you see her just owning the net right there. (18-7) Blue Devils. Abby Backen back to serve. Good to Cook. Good attack. Hannah couldn't quite get in position to get that one over the net. Credit the Jumpers for handling that serve, getting an attack, getting the Blue Devils off balance. Some are good, back to serve. Unable to handle for the Blue Devils, Kylie Brower. Third serve. Good play at the net by Cook. And unable to get it over is Molly Dunn of the Claim Jumpers. The Claim Jumpers have looked like they've settled in here, though. Blue Devils have been pretty consistent throughout the set with this 9-point lead. Jumpers with just a slow start, but they're starting to pick it up. Set to Alexa Hughes, a little close to the net. I'm not sure what her vertical is, but she can really jump for someone who is, 5'6". To Cook. Blocked by Torres. Unable to handle the block is Beaumont Cook. And Merced comes away with the point. Back to serve. Lynette McKenzie. She's been having a good set for the Blue Devils. Handled by Hughes. To Dunn. Back row, sails long. That's 22-10. Merced College Blue Devils over the Columbia College Claim Jumpers. Lynette McKenzie back to serve. Back row attack. Sails long again. Jumpers just a little out of sorts right now. A little quieter than they normally are. There's not a buzz in the building. It's raining outside. Like we mentioned before, you got to create your own energy. You have to find something to be excited about. Find successes in the little things. And there's Merced's number 4, Caitlin Briggs. Gets just enough of that ball for it to drop right on the backside of the 10-foot line and score that point for Merced. They are at set point. Beautiful serve. Handled by the jumpers. Back to Hannah Torres. Blocked by Beaumont Cook. To the outside. Hughes called for the double. Good rally. Ends in an air for the jumpers as they lose 25-10 in the first set. You are watching NorCal Sports TV.
Balance Movement Center is a new dance studio located at 448 South Washington Street in Sonora. At Balance Movement Center, we have something for everyone, ages 2 through adult. We offer jazz, tap, ballet, hip-hop, lyrical, tumbling, pom, BMC workout, line dancing, and mommy and me classes. Join this dance season and be a part of our very first BMC show. For more information, check out our website at balancemovementcenter.com or call 770-7707.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
This is a commercial. From the video to the sounds of nature, the music, the words on the screen, the transitions, me, the voice saying these words. This is a commercial. Justin Flores Productions. Audio, video, and all your media needs. They make commercials like this one.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%. And we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3746.
NorCal Sports TV. And you are watching the Columbia College women's volleyball team take on the Merced College Blue Devils, where the Blue Devils walk away from set number 1 with a 25-10 score, up 1-0 heading into set number 2. Let's see if the jitters are out. Rust is off. First serve, some confusion as front row player Beaumont Cook had her hands up, and that's really confusing for the back row when the front row does that because they're unsure if the ball's going to be touched or not, and by the time you find out, it's typically too late. Merced handles it nicely. Lynette McKenzie with the good attack. And it looks like Merced's number 5, Kiana Becerra, setter, sophomore 5'3", Livingston, California, was in the net. Point jumpers. Becerra to McKenzie. Blocked by Cook, but the block sails just wide outside of the lines. Good job up there at the net. Getting a hand on that, maybe 2. McKenzie back to serve for the Blue Devils. Handled by Leilani. Over to Hughes. Put something on it, but a little too much as it sails long. 3-1 Blue Devils. I think right now it's interesting to note for you claim jumper fans out there that athletic trainer Kathy Kenna is in her last season as the athletic trainer, as you see Merced tip home another point. Last season as the athletic trainer here at Columbia College. She's been here for nearly 30 years, a staple of both the men's basketball and women's volleyball program for about 3 decades. She'll be working her last volleyball game next week. If you are in town, please come out and support your Lady Jumpers next Wednesday in their final home match of the season. Jumpers Molly Dunn, back to serve. She's a freshman, hometown, Sonora, California, homegrown. Great first serve, little miscommunication by the Blue Devils. Handled nicely, though, and you get a nice back row attack by Lynette McKenzie. Ball sails wide. In fact, I'm not sure where the ball went. In some gyms, there's enough workers that they can go get the ball and chase it down. And this is a unique building, the way the bleachers are set up. Sometimes it goes back in those corners and rolls under the bleachers, or you're not quite sure where it goes, to be honest with you. But we're back. Beaumont Cook with the roll, handled by McKenzie. Bounces off the top of the tape. Jumpers with the free. Get to set it up. Bump set. Beaumont Cook just pushes it over. Merced's right there with the push to the back row. Cook to Leilani. Short bump. Mixing it up on the Blue Devils. Handled nicely. Good attack by Naomi Moore. Jumpers unable to handle it, but a great effort. Good rally. Showing that competitive spirit in that fight that we've seen them have all year. Kiana with the good serve. Back row attack by the Jumpers. Make it a push, make it a double. That's an error. Point, Blue Devils. Kiana back to serve again. Good first serve. Tough to handle for the Jumpers. We got a set to Hannah Torres, who just tips it over. Beaumont Cook gets a finger on it. Jumpers were down and ready for that tip from Torres, but unable to get back on their feet and get back to a home base, as Torres quickly pushed it right back over to the open area inside the 10-foot line. Kiana with the serve again. Mishandled by the Jumpers. 9-2 Blue Devils. So over the last several years, the women's volleyball team has had several different volleyball coaches. Again, Ariel Walsh hired late summer, about a week before the season started. Has been doing a great job with these girls, keeping them together, keeping them fighting and working hard throughout this season, throughout the struggles of the season. Timeout, Walsh. We'll be back with more of that. You're watching NorCal Sports TV and Columbia College Women's Volleyball. back. NorCal Sports TV, Columbia College Volleyball. Out of the timeout. Jumpers with a tough first touch, and the Blue Devils able to tip it back over. Before the break, talking about the coaching carousel of Columbia College Volleyball, Ariel Walsh, hired a little late, was doing an excellent job of keeping the team together. Prior to her, we had Ladine Hanston, myself, who is a basketball coach, who did volleyball for 5 years, and I can speak to having some teams that weren't great at the start of my volleyball tenure. It's hard to keep them together, basketball, any sport, and she's done a really, speaking of Ariel, has done a really, really good job of keeping this team together as Leilani's attack goes long. And through all those coaches, there's been a common denominator in assistant coach Cammie Binder, who is phenomenal and is the all-time winningest coach really in Columbia College history as an assistant. She's been here for over 10 years now. Jumpers with the rally, Torres with the block, and then the roll. Back to Hughes, who punches it over, finds the opening. And we have a call from the officials, who I believe Torres was also in the net. Either way, point, claim jumpers. Haley Mado, great serve. Finds the gap outside that 10-foot line. Blue Devils libero, Caleb Battle's going to need to take that first step forward. That's Naomi Moore with the boom, handled by the jumpers. Jumpers with the roll. Playing close to the net. Moore with the push. Mishandled block by the jumpers, and point, Blue Devils. 14-4 Blue Devils, second set. Caleb Battles back to serve. Good to Hughes, who hits the top of the tape. Just bounces over the outstretched hands of Blue Devils player Abby Backen. Almost similar to an onside kick where you get that short hop and you get that big hop on that second touch. Hughes with the serve, sails long. Gives it right back to the Blue Devils. Caitlin Briggs to serve for the Blue Devils. Molly Dunn with the punch. Back to Good. Good with the roll. Moore handles it for the Blue Devils. Opportunity for the claim jumpers here. Gives the opportunity right back. That's Naomi Moore. Unable to get it over the net. Gives it right back to the claim jumpers. Leilani Aguilera, 5'5" from Gustine, California on the serve. Sails long. That's 2 in a row now. It's 2 in a row now for the claim jumpers. Kylie Brower on the serve. And for the first time all season, the jumpers are a little bit out of sorts here as far as their communication with each other. It's a long year. It's winding down. 10 days left. They've been battling hard all year. As Blue Devils, Lynette McKenzie, attack sails long. I just feel if the jumpers can create some type of momentum, some type of energy, use their voice a little more, they can turn the tide of this. Outside hitter, Abby Backen tries to go line. Wide right, point jumpers. That's 2 in a row for them now. You never know what's going to start a run. But you do know a service error will stop it. Serves have been killing the claim jumpers tonight. Abby back to serve for the Blue Devils. Handled by Hughes. To Beaumont Cook with the tip. Set to Hannah Torres. Back row attack here by Hughes. She goes with the roll. Over to Lynette McKenzie, who is able to score a point for the Blue Devils. I'll tell you what, this set one, set two, it just seems like it's more war of attrition. You know, nobody's really thumping the ball and really making their presence felt. It's just more who can control it better and then keep the ball in play. As simple as it sounds, it's give the ball to the other team and roll the dice on them actually making a play tonight. Done with the tip. Handled by Torres. Back to Good, to Torres. Mishandled by Good, sails out into the bleachers. Point Blue Devils, 21-8, Merced College. Abby Backen, still serving. Good to Beaumont. Can't seem to find the playing field. Jumpers a little rattled right now. Leilani with a tough first touch. Sails into the net. Not much you can do about it if you're the other claim jumpers. You try to play it off the net, but that hit the bottom of the net and shot straight down. There's not a lot you can do on that. You're going to need a better first touch. Beaumont with the bump set to Summer, good. Merced handles it nicely to Lynette McKenzie. The jumpers handle it. Free ball back to the Blue Devils. Back row attack. Sails long. Point jumpers. Summer good. Back to serve for the claim jumpers. Hits the top of the net. Kills its momentum. Dives straight down. Ace for Summer Good. Summer Good out of Murphy's, California. If you haven't been to Murphy's, known for its wine, highly suggest you go check that out. Great battle by the jumpers. Keep that alive. Hannah Torres goes angle, sails out. Not sure on the call on that one. Maybe tipped. Definitely was out. Either way, Merced serve. Lynette McKenzie back. Good to Cook. Ooh, great push by Caitlin Briggs. She got a bump set that was not ideal, close to the net. And that's set number 2. You are watching Columbia College Women's Volleyball on NorCal Sports TV.
Balance Movement Center is a new dance studio located at 448 South Washington Street in Sonora. At Balance Movement Center, we have something for everyone, ages 2 through adult. We offer jazz, tap, ballet, hip-hop, lyrical, tumbling, pom, BMC workout, line dancing, and mommy and me classes. Join this dance season and be a part of our very first BMC show. For more information, check out our website at balancemovementcenter.com or call 770-7707.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
This is a commercial. From the video to the sounds of nature, the music, the words on the screen, the transitions, me, the voice saying these words. This is a commercial. Justin Flores Productions. Audio, video, and all your media needs. They make commercials like this one.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
We
Los
just heard that.
Angeles.
What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
Minner's Tree Company. Contact us for all your tree service, lot clearing, and defensible space needs. Minner's Tree Company is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience serving Tuolumne County and surrounding areas. California licensed and fully insured. Check us out at minnerstreecompany.com or give us a call at 209-591-3746.
Welcome back. You're watching Columbia College Women's Volleyball on NorCal Sports TV here in the beautiful Oak Pavilion in Sonora, California, where the Merced Blue Devils lead the Columbia College Claim Jumpers 2-0 heading into the third. Good to Tishman. The tough push through Torres' hands. Tishman to good. Bump set. Back to Casey. Handled by Merced. Lynette McKenzie literally kills all hopes of a point. We'd like to thank the Columbia College Foundation, California Student Housing, big-time contributors to the athletic program here at Columbia. Couldn't do it without the foundation. They've got their fingerprints all over everything Columbia College right now. Very appreciative. Lynette McKenzie back to serve for the Blue Devils. Drops it right in front of Kayla Casey, and she is unable to get a good touch on that serve. Blue Devils up 3-0. Good to Cook with the kill. I thought going into it we might see a little bit more of that than we have. I think it's a good combination for the claim jumpers. It was a great set by Good, and obviously a great attack by Cook as she earned her team the first point of the set. Great attack by Briggs. And Merced unable to handle it as two players collide and go down. They pick themselves up. They're all smiles. They might feel that one a little bit later, but for now it's all smiles. Tishman, the service error. Substitution for the Blue Devils as Kylie Brower takes a seat. And Naomi Moore comes in to play the front row. Look for a set towards Naomi Moore if you're a Blue Devils fan. Right away, good push by the jumpers. Right down the line, great placement. Blue Devils unable to handle it. Meadow back to serve. Top of the tape. Drops. Short. Credit Naomi Moore on that one for keeping that serve alive. And then the hitting error on Merced as they hit the ball. Briggs with the dump. Good. To Stowe. Little long. Five-four Blue Devils. Caleb Battles back to serve. Good with the bump set over her head. Little close to the net. Turns into a jump ball where the Blue Devils come away with that one, 6-4. Battles again. Unable to handle it is claim jumper, middle hitter, defensive specialist, Kayla Casey. Look for the Blue Devils to go right back at her and look for Kayla Casey to make an adjustment here. As they do, as she does. Good to Stoy. Nice little roll. And there you have Abby backing with the boom from up here. It looked like it was called in, but it looked like it was also touched by the claim jumpers in an attempt to possibly make a play on the ball. Either way, Battles is back to serve again. Good to Stoy. Stoy goes back left, a little bit outside right there. 9-4 Blue Devils. Battles is rolling. Right back to Casey. Casey having a little difficulty right now handling that serve. And if you're the Blue Devils, if you're Battles, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's going right back to Kayla Casey right now. There it is. And now if you're the claim jumpers, if you know, or any team in general, if you have somebody that's going through a little rut, you got to surround yourself. You got to surround her or him and be as positive as you can and as encouraging as you can. They made a little bit of adjustment as they move her up. She handles that one nicely. Stoy with the push. Wow, and the Blue Devils keep that alive. Leilani with the attack. Blocked by the Blue Devils. The ball touches the earth. Point, Blue Devils. Battles is on a roll right now, serving. In complete control of her spots. Hits the same corner. Got a push by Kiana of the Blue Devils. Called for a double. Columbia College ball. Trying to figure out who's up to serve for the claim jumpers. The answer would be Alexa Hughes. Great serve, good adjustment from her last serve. Jumpers with a chance here to set it up and get a nice attack. We're going to go back row to Tishman. Merced now getting a front row attack. Hughes sacrificing her body to try to keep that one alive. As you see Summer Good run all the way into the scores table. And you have to love the effort. That's what you want from your players at all times, despite the score and circumstances. Give it everything you have, and these lady claim jumpers have been doing that all year. Merced a chance to set it up. Lynette McKenzie making the jumpers pay. She's been having a really good game. Had a couple go long, but for the most part, she's playing that outside spot very nicely today for Coach Jessica Casey. Great first serve for Caitlin Briggs. Alexa Hughes, tough to handle, and we have a timeout. Jumpers. And you're watching North.
Adriana, you are the love of my life. Will you make me the happiest man on earth? Will you marry me?
Yes, Dave. Only if we can have Justin Flores Productions DJ our wedding.
Justin Flores Productions?
Justin Flores Productions. They have years of experience in radio and music, and their personalities make for the best experience.
Do they offer any other services?
Of course. Their slogan is audio, video, and all your media needs.
Okay.
Justin Flores Productions. Audio, video, and all your media needs. You're welcome, Dave. You're welcome.
You are back in the Oak Pavilion on NorCal Sports TV watching the Columbia College women's volleyball team. Third set, trailing 5-15 as Caitlin Briggs is serving for the Blue Devils. Naomi Moore with the boom. You can see Merced has some pieces. They've got Moore on the outside. They've got McKenzie on the outside. You piece that together with Hannah Torres, and you have a pretty good front line. As Briggs serve sails just outside the baseline. Leilani Aguilera back to serve. Handled nicely by the Blue Devils. Good attack by Abby Backen, but just sails long. Needs to snap her wrist a little bit. Thought it was good ball placement on the set. They stay away from her on this time. Set to the outside to Lynette McKenzie. She's unable to get an attack on it, but she inverts her arm and taps it right over the block and down into the 10-foot line. Kylie Brower to serve for the Blue Devils. Handled nicely for the jumpers. They're going to get an attack on this. Tishman with the push. Blocking error on Backen. Claim jumpers come away. Down 8-17. Allie Stoy back to serve. Backen. Handled by the jumpers. You're going to get Cook. Going to get Cook again. Tipped by Backen. Tough to handle for the Blue Devils. That's 3 in a row for the jumpers. See if we can keep this rolling if you're a claim jumper fan. Allie Stoy back to serve again. Great first touch. Adjustment on the set. Putting it right in the wheelhouse of Lynette McKenzie, who goes line, clearly in, gets the ball back to the Blue Devils. So Abby Backen can serve. I think 2 claim jumpers might have clicked heels on that, forcing the error. 19-9, Blue Devils. Aguilera. Cook with the attack. Sails long. 20-9, Blue Devils. Back to serve. Handled by Haley to Good. To Dunn. Tries a little trickery tip action. Merced handles it nicely. Hannah Torres booms it off the arms of Beaumont Cook. Point Merced. Backing. The great serve. Drops right in the front of Lexa Hughes. Kind of like a knuckleball. It had a lot of movement on that and dropped straight down. I know it looks easy on the TV, but that is very tough. Followed with the service error of her own. And backing, depending on how these next couple points go, might be done for the night. Sommer good, back to serve for the Lady Jumpers. Lynette McKenzie's attack meets the hands of the Lady Jumpers, but sails just a bit outside. Point Blue Devils. McKenzie back to serve. Aguilera with the first touch to good to Hughes. Rolls it over front row. You're going to see an attack here. Back row. McKenzie. Great control by the Blue Devils. They're going to need one more point here to close this thing out. 3-0. And travel 45 minutes down J59 back to Merced College. But not yet, as the Jumpers get a great set to Beaumont Cook, and she booms it herself. With a great attack. Molly Dunn back to serve. And they're going Hannah Torres for the win. That's 3-0. You're watching Columbia College Women's Volleyball on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back to NorCal Sports TV. In closing, we want you to join us next week, next Wednesday, 5 p.m., the finale of the season for the Lady Jumpers. As they have their final home game. It's athletic trainer Kathy Kenna's final home volleyball game. Come out and support. Shout out to Cinco Hoyt and Gianna Hoyt. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching NorCal Sports TV, Columbia College Volleyball. We'll see you next week.